Why do you come to Mass on Sunday? You ask Catholics why they come to Mass, and in all probability they will tell you, because it's a day of obligation. Sure it is, but that's the least important reason why Catholics come to Mass on Sunday. You'd also hear some say, because it's written in the Bible that we are told to keep holy the Sabbath. But the Sabbath is for Jews, that is from Friday evening to Saturday evening. For us Catholics, however, it is Sunday that is set aside as a day dedicated to the Lord. But why a Sunday? Because Jesus rose on a Sunday. But where in the Bible does it say that Jesus rose on a Sunday? If we look at all the four Gospels, they tell us that Jesus rose on the first day of the week. And thereafter, each time Jesus appeared to people, to Mary Magdalene, to the disciples on the way to Emmaus, to the 12, and then a week later to Thomas, it was always on the first day of the week, a Sunday. After Jesus' ascension to the Father, his followers still believed that he would return. And so they gathered on the first day of the week to keep vigil. At this vigil, they remembered Jesus by listening to the readings from the scriptures. They also sang psalms and gave thanks to God. And further, the apostles shared their experiences of Jesus, of his ministry, of his teaching, of his miracles, and of what Jesus meant to each one of them. And of course, what was most precious to them was the powerful experience of reliving the Last Supper, breaking and sharing the bread and wine. This eating of one bread and drinking one cup gave them a feeling of solidarity, of unity, and reminded them that they all shared the common mission which Jesus had entrusted to them. Did you realize that the nature and sequence of these early Christian gatherings had already begun to outline the basic structure of the Eucharist as we celebrate it today? At that time, Sunday was not a public holiday. The early Christians had to meet in homes, and later, during the time of the persecutions, they met secretly in catacombs to celebrate the Eucharist on the first day of the week. It was only much later that Emperor Constantine, after a deep experience of Christ, decided to allow the Christians to practice and worship freely. And then he declared Sunday as a public holiday. It was only much later that the Church declared Sunday as a day of obligation. And so the obligation is one of the least important reasons why Catholics gather together for the Eucharist on Sunday. The obligation is a reminder of the importance of Sunday. It is the day when we come together as a community to celebrate the Eucharist. It is the day of the resurrection. It is the day of the Lord.